Hello and welcome back YouTube. This is Mike with Conquer Roads, and today I bring you one huge question from the automotive world. Are shift knobs better if they are heavier or lighter? I'm going to run through these 5 different shift knobs of varying weights to give you my opinion on what is best. Let's get to it. First things first, we're going to discuss why weight actually matters in a shift knob. So in this one here, this is the lightest one in the test. This is just over 100 grams. While this one here is toppling over 670 grams. So what I can say is that the more dense the shift knob, the less vibrations are going to transmit from the transmission through the knob and into your hand, as well as when you're actually shifting, there's energy as you push this forward. It gives it some momentum, and it feels easier to shift. It may take a little bit more of a push to get it going. It takes less to get it really inserted into gear. While when you have this lighter shift knob, it's a much more visceral experience. You're going to have a lot more of the transmission's vibrations coming into your hand, especially at high RPMs. It's going to take more energy as you go through the gears, which can be a pro or a con. So that's really the big reason why weight matters. Whether it's notchier, which is going to be your lighter shift knobs, generally speaking, over towards the middle, which is smooth, and then if you get excessive with the weight, you can get to what I call a soupy feeling. So think about a cracker in a bowl of soup and you're moving it around. That's what soupy is. This one needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce it anyway. This is the Subaru BRZ OEM shift knob. This one weighs in at 199 grams. It is of leather construction, and it has a very regal button on the top with the 6-speed pattern. I will say, nice notchy feeling. You've seen plenty of reviews, I'm sure, on a BRZ, and the shifter itself is exceptional. And then you throw on a shift knob like this that's more or less in the middle of the scale here, and you get yourself a decent balance of notchiness, which you're definitely going to feel, and then smoothness. So very, very enjoyable. And as far as whether it's going to be daily driver oriented or track, you can really get away with both, no problem with this. It has enough density to bang through the gears without a lot of jeopardy or risk, like kind of grinding things or mistiming things. But it also has, not too much density where you're going to lose a lot of the visceral component of feeling the car as you go through the gears. Next up is the COBB. The finishing on the Durlin is stunning. It is smooth in the hand. It is like ivory if it were still a legal thing. What's really fun about this particular shift knob is that it comes with both a red or black color. So the weight, 308 grams, 50% higher than the OEM. What that ends up giving you as a driver is a smoother operation than your OEM shift knob. However, it's not so heavy where you lose the notchiness. And I really think this would have a lasting effort on the racetrack. So it gives it a little bit easier of a time banging through the gears without being too soupy. You still get the feeling. And conversely, you could easily daily drive this as well. Just ask if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. Please go ahead and hit the like. And if you do want to see more from Conquer Roads and myself in the future, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Thanks. All right, let's talk about the unique one on the list. This is actually to a Toyota Tacoma. $107 shipped, 284 grams. So this is about 85 grams heavier than the OEM knob. So let's talk about how it feels. This is really a pretty good sweet spot. The notchy feeling is very much still intact while still being smooth. And then you still get the vibrations. It's not so dense where it's just like a dead hand. You can really feel it. And then when we look at quality, this here, the stitching, the red stitching along with the leather in this button, much better. It's not applied. I think it's a pretty handy piece. The Blitz shift knob. The quality, it's Sterling construction. It has this very nice red band, which looks fantastic, I think, on the interior of the limited BRZ. The weight, as I mentioned earlier, we're staring at 106 grams. So 106 grams is the lightest on my list. And because of that, this has the absolute most visceral experience. And what I mean by that is when I'm shifting through the gears, and I used this for about 3 or 4 months straight on my car, and I did enjoy it. You really feel a lot of the vibrations coming through the transmission, especially at high RPMs. And when you're just driving around town, the notchiness as you go through the gears, it's really unparalleled with any of these other shift knobs on the list. Okay, last on the list, the Billetworkz. The Billetworkz, I've reviewed this in depth on another one of my videos, and my overall consensus was I recognized it was extremely heavy, and I would give it a go and see if I was going to keep it or let it go. And you know what? Since I've taken it off, I haven't put it back on. Truth be said, this one is too heavy for me. 672 grams. So we are talking double that of the COBB, and we are talking over triple of the OEM. And my goodness, it is 6 times that of the Blitz. So when I say this thing is a behemoth, I mean, I'm gonna have to stop the camera and like take a breather because I can barely hold this thing. But I am not here to pass judgment purely onto you like you can't buy this. This may be your thing, and let me tell you why. So because it is so heavy, this has the most regal note out of any of these other shift knobs. You are losing all of the notchiness, and when you throw this thing, it's soupy. And if you've ever driven like a 1980s 3 Series BMW, where you throw it and you like feel no linkage, but hey, you're making it go, that's what this does. So if that appeals to you, then definitely look at something, you know, well over the 500 gram range, and you're gonna get that feeling. So let's now talk about quality. So this painting or finishing, whatever they do in the process, is remarkable. And if you look at this laser edged, I mean, you can feel the grooves with your finger. This is amazing. They want to sell you a heavy shift knob, they hit it, and the quality is remarkable. Now it's time for the conclusion. So, which is better, lighter or heavier shift knobs? I'm going to pick 2 because it depends. My 2 are the OEM shift knob and the COBB shift knob. So this one just shy of 200 grams at 199, and the COBB is just over 300 at 308 grams. So we're in a little window here, 200 to 300 grams-ish. This is my daily driver choice. I prefer the 200 because I get the most feel out of it when I'm driving every day. I really do prefer the notchy shift knob. This, a little bit, like, I love the notchiness, but it just takes too much to throw, and I swear I'm gonna like grind a gear if I'm going full send. This really gives the regalness just enough weight, about 100% more, just enough weight to get it smooth with retaining, I think, the most notchy you can without kind of undercutting it too much. Now, if I were gonna jump onto a circuit, a racetrack, maybe even, you know, a couple weeks in the Smoky Mountains, I would go up a little bit. So this would go up 50% in weight from the OEM knob. This is just over 300 grams at 308 grams. And to me, this kind of feeling where I might lose just a touch of notchiness, I mean, just a touch of notchiness. But because of that extra weight, I get the assisted throw without going too excessive. So those are my 2 choices. Y'all let me know what you think. Would you have chosen something else here on the table? Let me know. We'll talk about it. Until then, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for having a look at the video. You know the drill. If you like it, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more from myself and Conquer Roads, then please hit the subscribe, hit the little bell, and you can see more. Thank you. Keep driving safe, and I'm out.